Have you ever shown up for an event and felt awkward because of how you were dressed? My friend was invited to a traditional wedding in another country. He was given a new outfit upon arrival and assumed that he was supposed to wear it to the wedding. But, when he showed up with over 1,000 others, he discovered every other man in a suit and tie. Super awkward. My circumstances make joy impossible. In the same way that my friend felt relaxation was out of reach for him, you might feel like joy is out of your reach today. Are your circumstances too painful, overwhelming, or discouraging for joy to be possible? I once read 1 Thessalonians 5:16 with the same mindset. In that verse, Paul tells us to rejoice always. If you could have heard my inner monologue with God, it would have been something like, "Really, God? Here? I can't rejoice here." Perhaps you're reading this plan and thinking, how can I have joy in the middle of this grief, doubt, depression? Here's what I learned that day. Joy is possible in any circumstance where we are aware of God's faithfulness. How is joy possible? Remember, joy is not a product of our circumstances. This is why some of the most joyful people I've met are those who've been through the most pain. Watching joy well up within someone as they experience God's presence and provision is breathtaking. Psalm 100 tells us that God's goodness, love, and faithfulness are eternal. This is why we are invited to enter God's presence with praise and joy. We don't have joy because we've forgotten how things are really going in our lives. We have joy because we remember the consistency of God's character. What are you meditating on today? If we focus on our circumstances, we'll struggle to meditate on God's character. But, if we daily remind ourselves of who God is and how God has worked in our lives, we'll develop a deeper awareness of God's faithfulness to our challenges. We'll find reasons to rejoice in moments that feel absent of joy. Instead of life sucking the joy out of us, God will infuse our lives with joy because of our awareness of Him. No matter what kind of circumstances you're facing, I encourage you to read the verses in today's plan and make a list of who God is according to His Word. Meditate on His character today, and remember His promise to be faithful to you. On the final day of this plan, we're going to explore how we can trust in God. If it feels scary to trust in God and easier to trust in yourself, then I'm so glad you're still here.
Enter His gates with thanksgiving. Go into His courts with praise. Give thanks to Him and praise His name, for the Lord is good. His unfailing love continues forever, and His faithfulness continues to each generation. Always be joyful. Never stop praying. Be thankful in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you who belong to Christ Jesus. Then I called on the name of the Lord. Please, Lord, save me. How kind the Lord is, how good He is, so merciful, this God of ours. The Lord protects those of childlike faith. I was facing death and He saved me. Let my soul be at rest again, for the Lord has been good to me. He has saved me from death, my eyes from tears, my feet from stumbling. And so I walk in the Lord's presence as I live here on earth.